Very big topic today, and I would relate it 100% directly with yoga, is the field or topic of meditation. Now many say, oh, I'm going to go do meditation. So there's a slight inaccuracy in that statement. Mainly what you're saying is, I'm going to go and do a meditational technique. See? So what is it you do when you go for meditation? And who really knows what goes on inside the mind structure of each individual? Even the scientific studies have not been able to figure or predict that or assess that. They can assess what happens, but not what each individual is actually doing. Yeah? So it becomes a qualitative thing. So a meditational technique might involve watching your breath, might involve watching sensation, might involve following a mantra, might involve looking at a particular point outside or even inside. And if you assess all of those, they're definitely sort of attentive, concentrative processes. Yes? So now I could identify what we're generally in today's language calling meditation as like a particular practice that I might sit with. Sometimes you're asked to walk and pay attention, walk slowly. There's a few other approaches if you ever spend time at any retreat center or ashram or monastery learning some meditation. But my point here is that you've got to look at it the whole circle. And I call that whole circle the meditative process. And in one sense the word yoga is synonymous with this meditative process. Only our own perhaps judgment or prejudice would say, oh no, yoga is this, thinking it's just asanas or something, or breathing, and meditation is of the mind. But when you understand how the whole picture works, then you're going to see this as a process, meditative process. We are continuously developing ourselves in an internal direction. Now, at some stage of your development, there might be more with the asanas, and as time moves on, it might be less, or it might continue as a current. See. Also, some of the approaches like Hatha Yoga would offer the pranayamas and the other practices related to that. And in terms of classical yoga, a la what Patanjali has described, and even the Hatha Yoga, it's even clearly stated how the pranayama develops us to such an extent that we're ready for the meditative experience. Yeah? Patanjali himself puts it, pranayama makes the mind fit for dharana, okay? Which is, of course, the gateway into meditation. So you don't actually do meditation. You cannot do it, the genuine experience of meditation. You can do practices that you can label as meditation, meditational techniques, but you can also do a bunch of other practices. They all become part of the meditative process. So I am developing myself in an internal direction, this way. Okay? And if I look at the picture, I might have a certain amount of taking care of the body, more or less, depends on where you're at. Definite refinement with the breath, and even using the breath as a clear technique to cut through much of the limitation and dullness of the mind. Also, fully, whether I'm doing those practices or something separate, full awareness and paying attention with the mind. You know, and to put it quite simply, I might use, or my teacher might give me particular mantras, particular, be it statements or words or longer drawn out ones to repeat and work on. There might even be other practices that involve slight ritual. All of these are actually developing and refining. They're kind of undoing the bind that keeps us away from understanding our true self. And this is the meditative process. Now for sure at some point it probably will involve a sitting and you looking in. And that might come even spontaneously. I have practiced maybe some pranayama, finished, and I'm naturally sitting and looking within. And then I extend that. So maybe in the early years of my practice, take a very genuine 15, 20-year practitioner. The early years might have been a lot more with the asana, learning some other techniques. Then as things developed over time, the importance of some things shifted and other things came in. So there might now realistically be more of a sitting aspect. But typically, especially if you take the yogic path, whether you're going to ascribe it to Patanjali or Hatha or one of the tantric texts, pranayama is and has been the key tool to sort of bring one to that meditative experience. So look at meditation for yourself as a process which involves development, which will include your lifestyle, even your diet, your mindset, how you approach things, the actual practices you do, whether they be physical, energetic, or sitting. This coming together, I would say, is the practice of meditation that will eventually bring one to experience meditation.